up, body people, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm so excited for today's video because today I'm testing out a foundation and a makeup line that is worn by the one and only Britney Spears. Yes, you heard me, the queen of pop. She wears this foundation and I'm wearing what she wears on my face. I feel like a superstar. The other day I was browsing the interwebs and I came across this article that said Britney Spears wears this $17 foundation. And I was like, hold up. So when I read that, I got on my little email and I started emailing the company. I was like, hey, I really want to do this video. Can you send me some products? And they were so nice and so kind, and they sent me way more than what I asked for, and I'm super appreciative. So without keeping you in suspense any longer, this brand is called EX1 Cosmetics. So here's what the foundation looks like. This is called the INVISIWEAR Liquid Foundation, and apparently this is worn by Adele and Margot Robbie and a bunch of other celebrities, but Britney Spears is the one that matters the most. So yeah, this foundation is $17, and her makeup artist says that this is what she uses because it's supposed to be really long wearing and it holds up really well under like sweat and humidity and heat and stuff. But they also sent me two different concealers. They sent me a blush, a compact pressed powder, and then a loose powder foundation. So I did a little bit of digging, and it seems like the founder and creator of this line, who is actually a makeup artist herself, created this line because she realized that with foundations, most of foundations were like cool toned, like pinky and peachy, and there wasn't really anything that had a good golden olive undertone, which if you aren't aware of what I've got, I do have a golden olive undertone, and it's so hard to find foundation shades that actually match me perfectly. So yeah, I'm super excited that I get to put the foundation and the makeup products that Britney Spears puts on her beautiful face on my face. So if you guys are super excited too, and you want to see how this stuff applies and wears throughout the day, then keep on watching. Alright guys, so I'm primed to moisturize. It's time to put on some face products. They sent me two different shades. They sent me 3.0 and then 1.0. 1.0 is a little bit too light for me in the wintertime, which is crazy because usually I'm pretty ghostly, but it's just a tad bit too light. And then 3.0, if I got a little bit more of a tan, it'd probably match me perfectly, but it's a little bit too dark for me right now. So what I'm gonna do is mix these two together, and it's the perfect shade. Here's 3.0 and then here is 1.0. So yeah, this is a pretty thick foundation. It's not moving, it's pretty moussey. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix these two on the back of my hand. So here's what I have to cover up today. I don't really have a whole lot, just a little bit of unevenness, but not really any active breakouts. But on the first layer, this is a pretty good solid medium coverage foundation. You can build this up, but if you have a lot to cover up, like if you have a lot of breakouts or a lot of texture, I don't know if I would go for this. I'm gonna go ahead and apply it with the brush side now. So I do feel like the coverage is a little bit better with the brush side, but I don't feel like it blends out as well. It just doesn't stick to my nose as well with the brush. I feel like a brush, just for some reason on my oily nose, I guess that's the reason why, it just wants to slide around and not stick. Like I can still see my redness. Definitely think using a brush also really mattifies this, and it takes away any kind of luminosity or sheen, which is what I like. If you're someone that does like a full coverage like me and you just really like to layer it up, you'll definitely have to use a lot of this because a little does go quite a ways, but not a super long ways, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know, like I usually have to use quite a bit of this. I'm gonna go in with my second layer now, and as you can see already on this side, like it's more like a soft matte finish or like a natural finish. So I'm gonna build this up a little bit. I also find that it builds up a lot better with the sponge. As you can see though, it's layering on itself really, really well. It looks really ghostly right now because it's so pigmented. Even though it's not the fullest of coverages, it is pretty pigmented for what it is. Now, if you have dry skin, I really don't know if this foundation would be for you because it really does kind of set to like a powdery finish in a way. It's not the most hydrating. So here are two layers of the foundation. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the time so that we can go ahead and get the ball rolling. So it's 3:20 right now, but I don't see anything underneath my foundation showing through right now. Everything's covered up pretty good. It's giving me a full coverage, but as I said, I don't have any active breakouts right now. I don't really have a lot of texture. So moving on to concealer, I have two different ones to show you guys today, so we'll be applying one to each side. So I have the Delete Concealer Anti-Blemish Dark Circle Corrector. So it's just a cream concealer in a little pot form. So there are 5 shades on the website. It says paraben free, 100% oil and fragrance free, non-comedogenic, perfectly matches your skin, lightweight, smooth finish, conceals and heals blemishes, and buildable yet breathable. So I don't really know. I'll have all the prices and stuff listed below because they apparently don't sell it on the EX1 website. And then I have the Delete Fluid Concealer full cover, so it kind of looks like the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is in a liquid form. It just comes in a pump like so. So there are 13 shades in this. It says maximum coverage formula with one of the highest percentages of pigments on the market, instantly deletes hard to hide flaws. Again, paraben free, non-comedogenic, 100% oil and fragrance free, and yeah, pretty much says the same thing as the other one. So in the liquid form, I have the shade 1.0. As you can see, that is a lot of pigment right there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this out with my sponge. This blends out really, really nicely. Honestly, it does remind me of the MAC Pro Longwear a lot. Not only is it really bright and it's a perfect match for me, but it covers everything. A little bit does go a really, really long way. It's not too drying. This does not crease on me, or very, very minimal creasing. Like, it may start creasing at the very end of the night, but, and look at that, it builds up so nice. Like, this is so full coverage. No, why is no one talking about this? Okay, so when I click buy now on the EX1 website, it takes me to this website that's, you can convert everything to US dollars and stuff, but I'm guessing it's overseas in England, and it says 1050, so I don't really know. It's probably about the same price as what it is over here, about 1050. And then for the Delete Concealer on that Feel Unique website, again, I don't really know much about that website, but it says $9.50. This one is so stiff. It will not budge. Like, it doesn't matter how hard you dig your finger into it, you can't make a dent. It's so hard. I don't like the fact that it's so hard. It's not very creamy. I've tried dipping my sponge into it, and I've tried doing this, and I guess this is the best method. I don't really know. This is more yellow and a little bit darker than the other one. I don't have a problem with blending or anything. It is pretty full coverage as well. It does look very seamless. It looks very smooth. It feels a little bit drier just applying it. So they sent me two different powders. They sent me a loose powder and then a compact powder. So the loose one is called the Pure Crushed Mineral Powder Foundation. This is $13 on that Feel Unique website. Again, don't know the conversion, but there are 13 shades. It says for a natural minimalist look, finely milled minerals buff into skin like a dream for a barely there yet flawless finish. Light sheer coverage for a fresh and flawless look. I'm getting really tongue-tied. Buffs into skin effortlessly, buildable yet breathable. And I got the shade 4.0, and this one will work for me now, but in the wintertime, this is way too dark for me. And then in the compact, this is the InvisiWear Compact Powder. I got the shade 2.0. It says this soft, feather light, and ultra finely milled powder is the ultimate skin finisher. Micronized formula for lasting shine control without caking. This is very, very yellow. Like, this doesn't look like an actual skin tone powder. This looks like a yellow banana powder. So I'm gonna try to use this for under my eyes. I haven't used this in a while because it's so dark for me. When I try to use it with more fair complexion, like normal, it was just way too jaundicey. Ooh. That pigment just wants to adhere to my skin so well. It just picks up all the yellow. That makes me look sick. Wait a minute, they sent me another shade in the powder foundation. I totally forgot about that. So they sent me the shade 1.0 in the loose powder foundation. So this one, I might try to recover my under eye area with this. This does match me in the wintertime, or like when I don't have a tan. Let's go in, and I did take off the sifter because I just couldn't get anything out. That's one thing, I don't really like the packaging because it's good for travel because you're not going to have powder everywhere. It's not going to come flying out the sifter holes, but it just doesn't disperse enough when I actually do need it. Let's see if I can recoup this. Okay, that definitely did line it. Thank God. Okay, so I might try to do the compact powder on the rest of my face where it's more yellow. I don't really like this one because it seems to, like, wherever you first lay your brush, that's where all the pigment goes. It just doesn't like to spread very evenly, I feel like. There's a compact side. I guess we'll try to do 4.0 on my left side. So there's what 4.0 looks like, as you can see. So this one is working. It's definitely not as pigmented and as full of coverage as the compact powder. It definitely shears out a lot better. It doesn't adhere to wherever you like stick, like if you first lay your brush down. And I'm liking the way it's looking on this side a little bit better. It looks a bit more smooth. And then I have a blush. This is just called Blusher. It's in the shade Pretty and Peach. So there are 4 shades in this. There's not really a big shade selection. Again, same, non-comedogenic, 100% oil-free, all that stuff. But here's what it looks like. It's matte, and it's just a straight-up peachy coral kind of shade. Yeah, I'm gonna go off camera and do bronzer and stuff for another video, so we're gonna skip out on that. I haven't really played around with this one too much, honestly. I don't really know how pigmented it is. Okay, it's definitely one of those blushes that you don't have to be too scared with. I know it looks a little bit clownish right now, but I go in and I'll fix it later. But it's definitely buildable. It's pretty matte, so you're not gonna get a lot of glow from it or anything. It does, ooh, hello. I'm gonna go off camera and finish the rest of my face, and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished result. Alright guys, so I'm back with a full face on now, and before setting spray, this was looking pretty dry and pretty matte. I could definitely see why celebrity makeup artists use this on people who are sweating a lot or like under hot lights and stuff. But I will say it is emphasizing pores and texture and fine lines and stuff where it is so matte. So yeah, I'm gonna check back in later on and we will do our final check-in. Hey, so it's time to do our final check-in. Clock time. It is 10:48. We made it to about a little over 7 hours. I wanted to make it to 8, but just didn't feel like it. As far as the foundation goes, this is not the best foundation I've ever tried. It's good. It's definitely not a bad foundation by no means, but I've got drugstore foundations in my collection that work way better than this. So it makes me wonder if these celebrity makeup artists have really dove into the drugstore aisle, because there's a lot better out there. I feel like the powders are where we've gone wrong today. These just don't do the foundation justice. With these powders, my face feels so dry and tight, and it definitely feels mattified. Like, it stayed matte all day long, but when you look up close, you can see that being a big factor. Like, it just looks really dry and cakey and heavy on my skin. Okay, I've turned down my ISO really, really low so that you guys can see what I'm seeing a little bit better. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but it is so heavy on my skin, and like I said earlier, like, it's definitely the powders. Like, this foundation doesn't look that bad with other powders, and it looks like I've got like 100 layers. Like, it looks like I did the 100 layers challenge. Like, it looks really, really bad. It's completely rubbed off on the tip of my nose. So I definitely feel like the powders are a fail. I would say pass on these. The blush is just your typical matte peachy coral blush. There's nothing really special about it. It didn't really do wonders for my skin. I have a lot more blushes in my collection that look prettier on my skin than this. As far as the concealers go, looking up close, there is very minimal creasing, very minimal fading, but I will say it does look pretty cakey and pretty dry under the eyes, but that's because of the powders. But yeah, I'm not as thrilled about this as I thought I would be. It's just kind of underwhelming, but I do love the shade selection. I love the fact that these are golden olive undertones. I will try to make it a point in future videos, like when I'm wearing this, to point out that I am wearing it so that you guys can see what it looks like and kind of give you guys an update, like a live update with other products paired with it. These are just my personal opinions. You may try this foundation, you may try any of these products, and you may fall in love with them. They may be your favorite products in the world. These are just my opinions. That's what I think you came here for. So yeah, shout out to EX1 Cosmetics. I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for sending me these products and giving me a chance to try something that I probably wouldn't have tried otherwise. So yeah, thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it. So thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel. I have a little button down here at the corner of the video, and also right below it, there's a big red button that says subscribe. Go ahead and click on it, and then right next to that, there's a notification bell. You're gonna go ahead and click on that so that you actually see my videos, because what's the point of subscribing if you can't actually see my videos? And once you do that, we're just gonna add on to the chore list. Comment below #partypeople to let me know you're part of my Party People squad so that we can be best friends forever. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one. Mwah.